The story of Sage Valmiki. Maharshi Valmiki was born in a Brahmin family and was originally known as Ratnakara. Though Brahmin by caste, he fell into a company of thieves. Since childhood, he did not strive to receive education. He used to hide in forest and rob people. By such acquired wealth, he used to look after his family, and these evil activities continued for a long time. One day, it so happened that sage Narada was passing through the forest in which Ratnakara was hiding. As soon as Ratnakara saw him, he challenged him to stop. Sage Narada stopped and said to him fearlessly, I don't possess anything which you can take. Well, tell me, why do you kill people mercilessly as there is no other sin greater than killing someone and one has to face the consequences for such actions after death? And for whom are you committing these sinful actions? Ratnakara was accustomed to seeing frightened faces that used to cry and beg for his mercy and would plead with him to pardon their lives. But sage Narada showed no signs of fear on his face and even had the courage to question his actions. As a result of this, Ratnakara was impressed deeply with sage Narada, and he said to him, I have a large family to look after. My family would starve to death if I don't loot people. Sage Narada replied, Please go and ask them if they are willing to share your sins for whom you are committing these sinful actions. And don't think that I would run away. If you don't believe me, then you can tie me with a rope to the tree. Ratnakara, after tying sage Narada with the rope, went to his home and asked everybody the questions. Is anybody ready to share my sins? They replied, It is your duty to look after us, to feed us. It is not our concern as to by which means you earn your income. So why should we share or partake in your sins? Hearing this reply from all the family members, Ratnakara was disillusioned. He was toiling, committing sins, taking risks day and night for them, and here they were not even ready to share his sins. He saw the futility of his actions he had been committing. He realized that he alone was responsible for all the sins, and no one else would share his sin. As soon as it was clear to him, he ran to Narada. He narrated all that had happened. Falling at Narada's feet, he asked for help. Sage Narada lifted him up and consoled him, saying, Do not be afraid. I shall teach you a way to wash off your sins. Sage Narada, after thinking for a while, asked him to chant the Ramanama. But for Ratnakara, even pronouncing it was difficult. When sage Narada saw that even after trying very hard, Ratnakara was not successful in his attempt to chant Rama's name, he asked him to pronounce it backwards, that is Mara, and then sage Narada made him sit beneath a tree and asked him to go on repeating it. He said, I shall come here again. Till then, you should not get up and go away. Then the sage departed. Ratnakara continued his tapas chanting Mara, which when repeated sounded just like Rama. His whole mind was concentrated on the chanting of the name of the Lord. He forgot his existence. He neither had food nor sleep for days. And in this way, quite a few years passed. An ant hill grew all around and above him. He could not even be seen by anybody. At last, one day, sage Narada came that way. He knew that Ratnakara was inside the ant hill. He cleared the ant hill still carefully. Ratnakara was wholly lost in his tapas and did not wake up to the world around him. Narada chanted the name of Rama in his ears. Then he opened his eyes and saw the sage standing before him. He touched the sage's feet. Narada lifted him up and embraced him. He said to him, You are blessed. God is pleased with your tapas. You are now a sage of the highest order, a Brahma Rishi. As you are now reborn from the Valmika, that is the ant hill, you will here onwards be famous as Valmiki. The company of good men always uplifts men. Sage Valmiki formed his ashrama near the river Ganga. Sage Valmiki was fortunate enough to receive Lord Rama, Sita, and Lakshmana at his ashram. His happiness knew no bounds. On Valmiki's suggestion, Lord Rama built their hut on Chitrakuta hill near the ashram. Another time, sage Narada came to Valmiki's ashram. Valmiki asked Narada, "You visit Triloka and knows what happens everywhere. You can certainly answer my questions. Please tell me who is the most virtuous person among all the human beings on the earth, who always speaks the truth and he is always calm. Who is he who desires the well being of everyone and is loved by all? Who is the man whose words and actions are praised by the gods? Who is famous as the greatest hero and noble man in the world?" In answer to Valmiki's question, Narada mentioned the name of Sri Rama. One day, Valmiki was going to the river Ganga for his daily ablutions. A disciple by the name Bharadwaja was carrying his clothes. On the way, they came across the Tamasa stream. Looking at the stream, Valmiki said to his disciple, "Look how clear is this water, like the mind of a good man. I will bath here today." When he was looking for a suitable place to step into the stream, he saw a green couple making love. Valmiki felt very pleased on seeing the happy birds. Suddenly hit by an arrow, the male bird died on the spot. Filled by sorrow, its mate screamed in agony and died of shock. Valmiki's heart melted at this pitiful sight. He looked around to find out who had shot the bird. He saw a hunter with a bow and arrow nearby. Valmiki became very angry. He uttered the following words: "Ma nishada pradishtam tomakamaha shashwati samaha yat kraunja midunadekam avatihi kama mohitam." It means you will find no rest for the long years of eternity, for you killed a bird in love and unsuspecting. Emerging spontaneously from this rage and grief, this is the first shloka in Sanskrit literature. Later, Maharshi Valmiki composed the entire Ramayana with the blessing of Lord Brahma. Maharshi Valmiki is reversed as the first poet or Adi Kavi, and the Ramayana is the first Kavya. The great epic Ramayana consists of 24,000 verses in 7 kandam. He taught the shlokas first to the sons of Sri Rama, that is Lava and Kusha. They were twins born in Valmiki's ashram and grew up there. Ratnakara was once an uneducated who was engaged in looting and killing people, was transformed to a noble sage Valmiki because of the effects of chanting Lord's name even though backwards or incorrectly. The story of Valmiki demonstrates how the Lord makes his devotees superior who associates with him.